Now a chance to check out tonight's starting lineups. First for New York, Derrick Rose is out there with Alec Burks. They've got Robinson. He's thrilled for this one. Everyone will be watching now how he does in his first NBA official game. And it's Randall into the 4 slot. And looking at the Rockets, all out there with Avery Bradley. You got Olynyk. A big game for this young man making his NBA debut. And it's Wood in a power forward.
You know, if you're in a fight to get into the playoffs out west like the Rockets were last season, you have to make sure you get every win you can when you play against the Eastern Conference. Their success against the Eastern Conference was a big part of how they squeezed that 8th seed.
Burks' shot is good.
He made that one tougher than it had to be. Didn't really need to lean in.
Doris Burke get a chance to catch up with head coach Tom Thibodeau.
It seemed the player who's really on his mind is John Wall. He said we've got to keep him out of transition and out of the paint. His jump shot is still a work in progress, and we're going to make him prove he can hit it consistently before we'll play out on him. Guys, that's going to be the MO on Wall until he can knock down that perimeter shot.
All right, Doris, thanks. And so here is New York, following the basket by John Wall. Outside Rose, down to 5 on the shot clock. Tries it from 19. Bradley with some nice D. Well, Clark, you were talking about the Rockets against the East, a record of 21-9 against the conference. And Steve, it was one of the better marks in the West.
Yeah, it was the same win total as the Clippers and Thunder, who both won their divisions. So, only the Spurs and Grizzlies did better in that regard. And the Rockets were full of scoring potential, and I think just happened to catch teams in the East off guard a little bit.
Passes it to Olynyk. Back to Bradley. Houston moving it around. They set the pick. Beyond the arc. Hits the bucket. Bradley's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball.
And he came off that screen. The defense just couldn't get over the top. Beautiful play.
Yep, and without a hand in his face, he's going to bury those.
And it's the Knicks with the ball. It's a 5-point game. The shot's good from Knox.
Very well executed pick to give him all kinds of space to get that one off.
If you're just tuning in, we played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. And Wall kicks to Olynyk. Robinson with the block. Here's the 3. Wall with another miss.
Oh, that's got to be deflating and disappointing to miss a wide-open shot like that right in your wheelhouse.
Stupendous rush to the rim and a mighty slam on the end of it.
But through the teeth of some pretty soft D, I can't help but say that.
Well, let's see how that impacts things here, because those kinds of plays sometimes can be game changers on both sides.
First quarter of play, we're about 3 minutes in, and Robinson comes to help. Here's Wood. From down in the low post, it goes.
I'll tell you what, the defenders didn't even get a sniff of him on that move to the hoop.
Pass to Randall. Dishes it to Rose. He passes to Knox. Randall defended by House. Here's Burks. The pass to Knox. Pocket 4. He nails it, and we're tied up. He has 7.
That is not enough coverage. Got to do better than that defensively. Basically no coverage. I mean, defense did not look very good there.
And that one's good.
Not trying to rattle any rims or racks there. Just up and in with the finger roll.
Rose with the ball. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Right side Robinson. He feeds it to Burks. Rose. Lays it in without an inch of room around him.
You know, there's no fear out of him, guys. I mean, going straight to the hoop against a much bigger defender, he's got a lot of heart.
1:44 left in the first quarter. Bradley kicks to House. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
Seems like guarding him on the perimeter is not a priority for this defense, but it will become one if he continues to knock them down.
There were only 3 teams in the East that had a positive record against the Western Conference, and the Knicks were one of them. When you have talent like this team does, it doesn't really matter where your opponent is from because you're going to be able to compete.
Here's Knox. And a foul on the shot. They'll go to the stripe for 2. Well, Clark, as you mentioned, the Knicks against the West, when you had the offensive capabilities from deep that they did, you know, Steve, you're never really out of the game. Yeah, you should know.
Well, they could just shoot their way back into games very easily, and that's what they did a lot of times against some of those teams in the West. But you have to play well against the West if you want to win your division, and the Knicks were able to do that last year.
They set the pick. Here's Augustine. The feather touch on the finger roll. Beautiful.
Well, the pick worked really well there. Nice job taking it right to the 10 for the layup.
Outside Rose. Passes it to Randall. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time.
They are really doing a nice job establishing a presence inside early.
And that's going to open things up for them on the perimeter going forward, Clark.
Puts the lead pass in front of him.
Well, this is how you completely rattle an opponent's rhythm.
Yeah, you know, such terrific on-the-ball defense to trigger the transition opportunity.
And it wasn't just a tough D, it was the exclamation point they put on the fast break with the slam.
Augustine passes to Gordon. And the rebound goes to the Knicks. 23 seconds left in the first. Guys, a potent offense right now.
Yeah, Kevin, really the offense is flowing quite nicely right now.
Playing with a lot of confidence, just some self-assurance there. I like what we're seeing.
Now here's Rose. Stripped it away. And the powerful one-handed slam.
What a smooth finish.
Well, he's certainly the one they want on the end of those breaks. He always finishes strong.
Plenty of offense in this closely contested first quarter of play. And off we go, a close game now starting the second quarter. And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for Houston.
We've seen a lot of their points coming off penetration in this first half.
You know, it also hasn't taken them long to make their mark in the paint. I mean, they're doing a lot of their scoring from in there.
Now here's Payton. Pass to Bullock. Gives him a screen. New York needs to get off a shot. Gets the bucket. Now here is Augustine. And let's now go to the sideline. We'll catch up here with Doris Burke. Doris?
Gentlemen, as you know, Kevin Durant is a real gym rat, a guy who just loves the game of basketball, and he enjoys studying the greats. Maybe his favorite? Durant smiled. Larry Bird is a guy I like watching. I watch film on him all the time. I like his approach to the game, his competitiveness, how low maintenance he was. He played hard. He played for the love of the game, and that's what I've got. Guy's one of the best small forwards in league history. Not a bad role model.
No doubt about that. Thank you, Doris.
You know, when you get an influx of talent through the draft like the Rockets did prior to last season, the initial reaction is excitement, but then you think about, man, how are we going to get these guys ready to play NBA basketball? And the Rockets did a nice job by taking it easy and bringing them along slowly.
There's the pick. It's rebounded by Barrett.
Now you can see why the defense is willing to let him take that shot. That's really not his range.
Pass to Bullock. Fires the three. The Rockets pull it in. And for the Rockets, you look at how that strategy worked out for them, and it was exactly what they needed. Got off to a quick start last year. And, you know, Steve, toward the end, their rookies were fresh and able to contribute when it mattered most.
You know, Kevin, it's hard for fans to see a player get drafted and not immediately see the floor, but a lot of times that's the best route. You know, you give a player time to adjust, you make him earn it, and by the end of the season, he can be a very effective player. I think plenty of the Rockets players proved that last season.
Martin's checked in for Houston. Wall comes in for DJ Augustine. Barrett. The Rockets pull it in. Olynyk got his third rebound tonight. Number 16, covered by Payton. Brown outside. Brown right side. From deep three-point range, sinks it. What range from outside. Wow. He has 5.
You know, once he crosses half court, you need to stay awake because he can drop it from deep.
Yeah, he is a threat really from anywhere when he gets on a roll like this.
Gibson a screen. And the pass to Bullock. Feeds it to Payton. New York, no good that time either. Houston leading by 5. Wall dishes to Olynyk. Wall. Rejected by Bullock. Payton right side. They set the pick. Wall with the steal. Oh, and a fast break for the Rockets. Wall with the ball. And Brown throws it down.
Boy, I love it. Active hands on the steal, active feet on the fast break.
And Clark power on the dunk.
And guys, this is just too close of a game to be giving the ball up like that and then failing to get back in transition.
And New York making a change here. Kicks the Rose. Goes off the pick from Randall. Passes it to Knox to stop the run. And it's Bradley with the rebound. For Houston, they've gone 2 of 5 from the field here in the second quarter, shooting 40%. And almost 4 minutes gone here in the second quarter of play. Shot clock at 6. And it's a 9-point Rocket lead. So it's the Knicks now. Outside Rose. Here's the screen. He passes it to Barrett. And it's off the back rim. No good.
Oh, that's a frustrating one there. Easy look at the hoop.
Brown kicks the Wall. Back to Brown. Now the dish to Olynyk. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Rockets will retain possession. The Knicks making a switch here. So it's the Rockets now. Their defense has only allowed 4 points in the quarter. Bradley can't get it to go.
Pretty good defense there. I mean, that's a shot that he can make, but they really challenged him.
A lot of high hopes for the Knicks in last year's playoffs. They started off so hot, but then let the series against Boston drag on, and eventually went to 7 games, and they fell to the Pacers in the second round after that.
Great open look there. Rose has got 5.
No matter who it is, that kind of defense is not going to cut it.
Stolen by Rose. For the finish. And the shot is good. 1:07 left in the second quarter. And the Boston series did drag on, you could tell. You wonder if they were a bit fatigued going into that Pacers series. Steve, Indiana just outplayed him, outworked him in every way in the second round.
Yeah, I think it was a factor, Kevin, and really the Knicks have only themselves to blame. They had Boston down 3-1 and a home game to close it out, but they couldn't get it done. And there's no doubt that affected them against Indiana in the next series.
And it's out of bounds. The Knicks able to retain possession here.
Maybe a low percentage pass, but it still nearly got through.
I like it, though. I mean, it's an aggressive play. Heads up defending to deflect it away.
Now here's Rose. He has 7. Burks can't get it to go.
You just assume he's going to knock those down when he's as open as he was there.
Left side, Wall. He kicks it to Olynyk. And some nice passing there by Houston. The shot misses. Excellent D that time from Robinson.
Shot clock is off. This should be the last possession of the quarter.
That's what they should have in mind here.
Randall passes to Knox. The Knicks have converted 1 of 2 free throws so far today. And he makes the first. And the Rockets making a change here. No good on the second free throw. Here's Gordon. No luck. Close game as we wrap up the second quarter. Rockets ahead, up by 5. Make sure you stay tuned for the Sprint Halftime Show with Damon Bruce. Then we'll be back here.
And now, brought to you by Sprint.
And it's been a great game out in Houston. Thanks for joining us. The Rockets playing with passion. They've done a great job closing out their defensive possessions, grabbing boards, great rebounding. Avery Bradley's come up big in the first half. He's got 7 points and also has contributed with his passing, making some assists. On the Knicks side of things, they're managing to hang around. They're scoring with confidence, shooting with an excellent percentage. Derrick Rose has been on a roll in the first half. He's got 7 points and is putting out the effort defensively as well, making his presence felt on both ends of the floor. And that'll be our report. Thanks so much for joining us. We hope to see you next time.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
We have a close ball game on our hands as we get set for the second half of basketball. We have to like what we're seeing from Knox.
Yeah, he played a very mature first half offensively, just finding gaps and making good decisions, getting into the defense and knocking down shots.
Well, the way he played that first half, that's exactly what we're talking about when we say offensive efficiency.
Rose passes to Knox. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Randall. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim.
Awesome defense. I mean, he'll hit those unless you're right in his grip.
Here's Wood. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
You know, the Rockets turned a lot of heads last season, guys, as they got back into the playoffs after missing out the year before. A big part of that was how they played at home. They were very tough to beat in Houston.
And he sinks the second. And the Rockets, as you said, Clark, strong at home, and that can be seen in that record of 29-12. Just the kind of home record, Steve, you need to get into the playoffs.
And it was the way the Rockets played that was so impressive, Kevin. They attack the rim, and then they kick out and bomb a ton of threes. And I think that's the kind of attack, the kind of style that can really bring a friendly crowd and bring them to their feet. And I thought that the Houston fans got more and more animated as the season went on.
They get it again. Here's Robinson. Goes back up. And the layup is good.
Well, that's how you pick up second chance points. Stay active, be energetic, and react as soon as the shot goes up.
Rockets leading by 6. Ball gets a screen from House. And Wall. Here we go now. A finger roll finish at the bucket. Wall's got 6 points.
Boy, that was a rugged screen set there, fellas, and the defense didn't even try to go through that one.
Robinson a screen on Wall. There's Rose with the 3. It's rebounded by Houston. Knicks got 6 rebounds in the game.
Well, they need a shot or two to fall here soon. They're only 1 of 4 since the break.
And now the first timeout called here for the Rockets.
You know, for a long time, the Knicks were viewed as a young team on the rise, but when they added Rasheed Wallace last year, the average age went to 32, which was the oldest team in the league last season, and you saw it in their play. They were a group of veterans out there.
Outside, Wall. Back to Bradley. Now the feed to Wall. He dishes it to House. And that comes off the assist by John Wall. House has got 10 points in the game. And for the Knicks, the veteran leadership helped them at times as they had to go through some very tough stretches, Steve, due to injury.
Yeah, they did go through some stretches, but they really did well to secure the division title and get that high seed going into the playoffs. They had a pretty decent run all in all, but this is a team that has higher aspirations than just getting to the conference semis.
Gets it to go. House has got 7 points here in this quarter.
Everything working for them out of the half as they've hit 4 of their first 5 shots.
Rose attacking. Pass to Knox. Defended by House. And they get it. And the layup is up and in. 13 points in the game. Third quarter here, and 3 minutes have come off the clock. Outside, Wall. That is flushed down with a nice jam. The defense looking a little bit dazed now. A ferocious throw down there.
Not bad for a player of his size.
Not bad at all. How about that spring coming out of those legs?
Now, here's Burks, guarded by Bradley. Burks can't get it to go.
Such a solid performance for them inside. Their rebounding has been terrific.
Yeah, that's just one of the few things that have gone their way today.
Intercepted by Randall. Knocks the pass to Randall. And he's good on the 3-ball. He's got 5.
He presents a defender with a serious challenge, always.
Ball gets a screen from House. And there's the pass to Wood. Misses off the left iron. Knicks trail by 10. Randall defended by Wood. Now, as far as the defense goes, Clark, that is not what's going to keep them in this league.
Yeah, but from the other perspective, you can see just how much that dunk pumped those players up.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I agree, guys. I sense a little bit of a momentum shift here.
Olynyk can't hit.
And the defense got away with a major lapse there.
Robinson a screen on Wall. Pass to Randall. Can't get it to go. The Rockets go the other way with it. It's Bradley on the wing. Dishes to Wall. Back to Bradley. There's the block. And now the Knicks on the break. He feeds it to Rose. And the shot is good. They got on this roll a while ago, and they just haven't looked back.
Has pretty much been the norm for them. Getting their points off assists and great ball movement.
Nice rhythm and flow for this team. Tremendous communication and alertness. He's played an important role in their offense today, guys. Without him, they may not be in the league.
New York calls timeout.
You can't be the number 2 seed in the East by being mediocre on the road. I mean, the Knicks had a veteran group, and they all had the mental fortitude and experience to finish off games on the road last season.
The Knicks making a switch here. .52 seconds left in the third quarter. They set the screen.
Rose.
Randall defended by House. Here's Randall. And boy, that looked like goaltending. Yes, it is. And so they will award the basket there.
He almost got to that shot in time, but not quite. You can't touch the ball once it's on the way down.
Now you can tell what the crowd thinks about that call.
Yeah, they erupted as soon as the whistle blew.
The shot's good from Barrett. Now just a 4-point Rocket lead.
Boy, I tell you what, nice little run here that they're going on.
Now the story is points in the paint, Clark. I mean, they're getting point-blank shots every time down.
Augustine against Rose. And here's Augustine. 1 second left. And it's blocked by Randall. And we've reached the end of the third. Rockets lead by 4. We welcome you back to what has been a good one here as we get into the fourth quarter. And guys, what do you think about the hustle stats here for Houston?
Boy, their hounding, harassing effort at the defensive end, very impressive. And they forced quite a few turnovers as a result.
And the other thing they're doing, Clark, is scoring a lot of points off turnovers, forcing mistakes and cashing in.
Knicks trail by 4. Here's Barrett.
Oh, ridiculous.
What a move.
Tore it down that time. Talk about putting something extra on it. That dunk was way over the top.
Close game or not, Clark, he's going to finish firm when he gets the space.
Still, it's startling that he'd even try that right now.
They get it back. Here's Augustine. Pass to Gordon. Launches it. And the basket good. And the Rockets lead by 5.
Well, they haven't gotten much production from him, but they remain in the lead.
Here's Randall. And he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
Right back to the basics there, using the one-hand slam for that one.
Doesn't he make the basics look pretty exceptional?
Yeah, he does. They look sweet when he does them.
Well, he should stay with those basics in a tight ball game because we've got one here tonight.
Here's Olynyk. The offensive rebound. Persistence pays off as they finally hit a shot.
And you got to put bodies on the glass right there. They just are not getting it done on the boards.
Yeah, they've got to do a much better job of going harder than that to the glass.
Here's Randall. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a three-point play.
Well, he's having a great half here. Exactly the opposite of the first.
And the Rockets making a change here. Houston's gone 5 of 8 from three-point land. 15 points and a deep ball for them tonight. Augustine with it, and Rose picks him up defensively. Now Augustine. He passes to Wood. 6 to shoot. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
Solid on the one-hand throw down there.
You know, Clark, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball.
Yeah, you got that right, Kevin. He's such a reliable finisher.
Rose, no good.
Boy, have they been hitting the glass hard or what? Kind of surprising it's such a tight game.
Yeah, you're right. Very rarely will you out-rebound an opponent like that and not have it pay off.
Boy, he made a nice little bounce pass there. We call that the pocket pass, and he did it well.
There's the bucket, good.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint. I guess the good news is they've taken away the outside shot.
Well, you know what? It doesn't matter how good their perimeter defense is if they're going to allow inside looks as easy as that.
And Augustine kick still in it. Tries it from 9. And Houston again with the bucket.
You know, tired legs can affect you at the defensive end, and I think that's what's happening right here.
I agree, because as much offense as we saw early, we're seeing even more of it here late.
Number 1. No good with the triple.
Well, with that much space off the pick, you've got to drop that in.
Yeah, you got to make that one. I mean, that's a high-quality shot you should make 9 out of 10 times.
Pass to Wood. The 15-footer. Rebounded by Randall. Knicks trailed by 6. The pass to Barrett. Fires the 3. And it's good.
His eyes were wide open there, guys. Excellent vision to see they had an open shot outside and get it there.
Now a timeout called by Houston.
Well, he's got to get everybody on the same page. I mean, that's the reason for this timeout. And if that happens, I think they can improve and start playing better.
You know, it's a coach's job to always try to be 2 or 3 steps ahead of the opponent and to look for that extra edge if you can. And I think he feels like he might have seen one.
Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Thank you, Kevin. I was able to listen in on what Mike D'Antoni had to say to his team. He told them, this is it, fellas. Let's hit them right out of this timeout. Put some pressure on them. Show them how much you want. Let's go get it. Guys, he's really exhorting them to give them a burst of energy.
Thanks a lot, Doris. He doesn't hit the first, and that was the one they really wanted. He's got one more, though. That's off as well, so he misses both.
Well, they've had the advantage in rebounding all night, but none bigger than the one right there.
Bradley kicks to Wall. Wall gets a screen from Wood. It's Wall with the drop. And there's the whistle, fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. And when you take a look at what the story of the glass has been, tremendous presence under the basket.
Yeah, you said it. Tremendous presence. You're right. It definitely has been, and it might come down to the final possession. That key rebound.
Wouldn't that be something?
Showing off a very smooth stroke at the free throw line right there.
Number 1. And he goes up strong with one hand and flushes it down. None of the defenders wanted anything Clark to do with him on that jam.
And I do not blame him at all, partner. He was coming in with a bunch of steam and was ready to posterize whoever decided to get in his way.
All right, I understand, fellas, but come on. You got to challenge him a little bit at least.
And that one's good. 14 points for John Wall.
Seems like they're on their heels every time defensively because the ball continues to go into the post.
Well, if they don't pick up the aggression, things are only going to get worse.
Knox the pass to Barrett. Knox defended by House. Here's Knox. And the rebound goes to the Rockets. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. And he cannot get the first one to drop. Tough one to miss. And he misses the second one as well, so he's 0 for 2 that time. And out of bounds as the Knicks gain possession. For New York, they've gone 6 of 9 on their field goal attempts since the start of the fourth quarter. Outside Rose takes a three. It's rebounded by House. Houston's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Feeds the wall. Kicks it to Bradley. From deep. Can't get it to go. Some solid defense from Rose. New York calls timeout. They trail by 7. There's 10 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. What's your take, guys?
Well, they can game plan all they want, but there's not enough time left for them to come back and win this game.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure exactly what they think they're going to pull off here. Purely from a size standpoint, that is a mismatch that's going to be hard to overcome defensively.
So Houston wins it. It was a solid win, Clark.
Yeah, it was, and I think it came down to will more than skill. They went out and got this one.
Thanks for tuning in to the NBA on 2K Sports. For Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris